Hi guys, welcome back to the weird side of YouTube. I'm your host, author DC Knipe, and this is the Writing Rainbow, the show where I talk about writing, whether it's my writing, your writing, writing advice, or writing for movies, or song lyrics, or, cool shit like that. So today I have a Christmas-themed writing episode. I've never read, well, I have read Christmas books, like the one I just read for ASMR, which is The Night Before Christmas, and I've also read Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol a long time ago. I quite like both of those, but this is not about books today, actually. This is about movies, a specific genre of movies. If you saw the title, obviously you would already know what it is. It's about Hallmark Christmas movies, and I see a lot of people complaining about how bad they are and how predictable they are. And my thoughts on the subject might be a little different, a little bit controversial. So I want to share those. So let's get weird. So, as we all know, Hallmark loves Christmas movies. They're actually trying to get a little bit more inclusive with them. They have queer couples in them now, which is awesome. My mother-in-law adores Hallmark Christmas movies. She watches them all year long, especially at Christmas. I don't hate them. As a writer, you would think that I would hate the writing and the plots because they are admittedly all the same. It's a big time businesswoman or successful woman comes home to her small town. She usually has a boyfriend who's an asshole, and then she falls in love with like a childhood friend or like a friend of her family's, or like a man that's like super like rugged and like small town and like knows how to take care of a wife and kids, basically. That's the basis of most of them, the straight hetero couples anyway. And I'm not going to say that they are not repetitive and that they are not the same cookie cutter mold, because they are. And now Netflix is getting in on this really kind of, for lack of a better term, cringe Christmas genre, where it's like a Christmas TV movie rom-com, but it's not really comedic. Not really at all. There's like some chuckles here and there, like very small, like kind of moments. I've watched a few of them. And it's not just Christmas movies. I actually really enjoyed The Good Witch, which was a series of movies and a series of episodes, which I actually really enjoyed. And that is kind of in the same vein of like sugary, saccharine, very sweet, very sterile, for lack of a better word, very Karen mom, soccer mom, kind of pedestrian writing, but I actually enjoyed it because of the main character being a witch and having like powers and stuff, but it wasn't like fantasy at all. It was just a regular woman who happens to may or may not be magical. We don't really know, but it was a good show and a bunch of good movies. I liked them, but that is to say that the writing is not complicated. It's not brain surgery. It's not rocket science. The writing is not. I don't want to say it's not interesting, but it's very simple, very heartwarming. Well, depending on who you are, it's supposed to be heartwarming. Very family-oriented kind of writing, which is where the Hallmark Christmas movies come in. And I know why some people enjoy this genre so much, and you may enjoy certain genres for the exact same reason. Have you ever listened to an album that you loved from like high school? And you know every word to every song, and you know every guitar riff, not like play it, but you know it in your head. You can play the song in your head without having like the music on. That's the same thing. If you have a favorite Disney movie from your childhood that you've watched 1,000 times, like me with The Little Mermaid, it's the same thing. You still enjoy watching it, It's because it's not really nostalgia as much as it is you know what's going to happen. It's like comforting in a way that is kind of hard to describe because you know what's going to happen. You can predict what's going to happen. You can quote what's going to happen. So it's like kind of the opposite of anxiousness because you're surrounding yourself with like a comfort, especially from like your childhood. Which brings me back to the Hallmark Christmas movies because they are all the same, and I think they do this on purpose. Because they are all the same, they're kind of comforting in a way. You know what's going to happen. Everything's going to work out. Nothing horrible is going to happen. It's just heartwarming and comforting the whole way through. Like a big mug of hot cocoa on a cold winter's day. That is the point of those Hallmark Christmas movies. And I think they do that pretty fucking well. And I realized this a few months ago, why people get like that feeling in their head and in their hearts when they watch those movies, because they're the same. I get that feeling when I watch The Good Witch. I get that feeling when I watch Charmed for the 57,000th time, because I know what's going to happen. And it's different because it's also the same thing if you replay a video game that you love so much. You know what's going to happen. You know the story. Everything's predictable. It's familiar. It's like home. So I understand if you don't like the writing of the Hallmark Christmas movies. I get it, because it's not great writing. It's not good writing. They don't take any risks. Blah, 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 blah. But they're doing this on purpose. This is the whole point of that genre. Is to be familiar, to be the same, to be predictable, to be comforting. That's the whole shebang. So, I know this was a very short episode of The Writing Rainbow, but I really wanted to make a video about it. So, this is why your moms, aunts, grandmas love those cringy Hallmark movies, is because it's comforting. They know what's going to happen. The same reason why you like old Disney movies, or like old video games, or old albums from your childhood. It's comforting. That's all. But I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas. I love you, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.